What is up everyone, welcome to Mainly Movies, the channel where we talk about, well, mainly movies. So 2018 has come and gone and has left us with a lot of disappointments, but a lot of good movies as well. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my top 10 favourite movies of 2018. Starting with number 10, we have The BlacKkKlansman. I rather like this movie. I'm not a massive Spike Lee fan. I have a couple of his movies, my favourite being Do the Right Thing. I feel like that is his best and will probably stay his best. I don't mind He Got Game. I thought that was alright. But his movies in recent years haven't been very good, such as the Oldboy remake. I'm a big fan of the movie Oldboy, the Korean film, and I feel like the remake was very unnecessary. But overall, BlacKkKlansman was a very interesting film. It was okay, that's why it's at number 10. It wasn't amazing, but I still think it was a very good movie and I will probably pick it up on Blu-ray at some point. At number 9 we have The Black Panther. I enjoyed this movie. I think it wasn't as good as a lot of people were saying it was. I heard a lot about it when it came out, because I saw it a couple of weeks after it came out. I was hearing all this great buzz about it, and when I went to see it, I thought it was a good movie. I didn't think it was amazing, but it was still a very enjoyable Marvel movie. At number 8 we have Avengers Infinity War. This movie was amazing the first time I saw it. I rewatched it a couple of weeks ago on Blu-ray, and I didn't like it as much. Maybe because I was in a cinema with heaps of people and it was a big screen. It was the day after it was released, and I don't know, maybe that just gave me more reason to like it. But I rewatched it. I didn't have as much enjoyment watching it than I did the first time, but I still think it's a fantastic Marvel movie and a Marvel movie that will be remembered for years to come. At number 7 we have A Quiet Place. I thought A Quiet Place was a fantastic film. I picked it up on Blu-ray as soon as it came out. I thought that this movie was excellent. The premise of the movie was great. The way it was executed was great. The actors were fantastic in it. And it was a very good debut film by John Krasinski. Number 6 is Creed 2. I've been a massive Rocky fan for so long, and as soon as Creed 1 was announced, I was so excited. I went out to see it the first week it came out. I absolutely loved Creed 1, and when Creed 2 came out, I was really scared because I didn't want this movie to be bad, especially how it wasn't directed by the same director as the first Creed. And I saw this movie, and when it ended, as soon as the credits rolled, I was amazed. This movie was fantastic. It would have been low on my list, but there was still 5 other movies that were better than this movie. At number 5 we have Mission Impossible Fallout. This was a movie that when I went to see, I probably wouldn't even thought this was going to be on my top 10 favourite movies of 2018 list. But because of how well executed and how great the film actually turned out to be, I really liked it. I am a big Mission Impossible fan. I don't mind the first 3, but after Ghost Protocol I feel like that's when it really started picking up. And Mission Impossible Fallout is the best movie in the Mission Impossible franchise by far. Number 4 was a movie I recently just saw, and that is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This was another movie that I didn't think was going to be on my list, but after viewing it, I thought this movie was fantastic. The art style was great, the way it was directed was great, the voice acting was perfect, it was really good. The main thing was the visuals though. The art style and the visuals, the way they went together was just fantastic. I would highly recommend this, and as soon as it comes out on Blu-ray, I'm getting it. And number 3 is a movie that came out earlier on in 2018, but I only recently just watched it, and that is Annihilation. The visuals in this movie were fantastic. The way it was acted, it's fantastic. The way it was directed was fantastic. I'm a big fan of Ex Machina. I actually picked that movie up on Blu-ray. I didn't see that movie until a couple years after it came out, but I remember the first viewing of Ex Machina I watched, I was blown away. And that goes for this film as well. This movie was fantastic, and you can tell the passion that was put into this film. And number 2 is a movie that I thought was amazing, but didn't quite get my number 1 pick. And this movie is Hereditary. This movie absolutely scared the shit out of me. I thought this movie was fantastic, the visuals was great, and it was another debut film that I thought was fantastic. Toni Collette's performance in this movie was fantastic, as well as the other actors. But I hope that she gets recognised in years to come for this performance. This movie was so spine-shaking. There was a moment in the movie where I actually had to step out of cinemas to go to the toilet or something, just to, clear my head, because the movie was so kind of depressing in a good way. It was a fantastic movie, but I just had to leave the cinemas to clear my head because of the way this movie was. It was really gritty, and it was just this kind of family drama movie. It was quite intense. So Hereditary was my number 2 pick. It was a film that I thought was fantastic, but wasn't my number 1 pick. My number 1 pick of 2018, my number 1 favorite movie of 2018 was Roma. So Roma is the only movie on my channel that I have actually reviewed. It was a movie that only had recently just come out, and I thought was brilliant. Alfonso Cuarón directing this movie did a fantastic job. I know I didn't even mention his name in my review because I was too scared to, but I actually learned how to say the name, Alfonso Cuarón. And he did a fantastic job at directing this movie. The visuals in this movie were fantastic. The acting was fantastic. The time period was great, and it was a very interesting movie, and it's a movie that I have seen twice already, and I'm probably going to keep watching more and more. Roma was my number 1 favorite film of 2018. So guys, please leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and please write down in the comment below what your top 10 favorite movies of 2018 are. So thank you for watching guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.